Pizza for diabetics. Pizza is a beloved food for many, but pizza for diabetics, it can be a bit tricky to enjoy. Traditional pizza is high in carbohydrates, which can cause blood sugar levels to spike. However, with a few modifications, it is possible for people with diabetes to enjoy pizza as part of a balanced diet. First, it's important to understand how carbohydrates affect blood sugar levels. Carbohydrates are broken down into glucose, which is the main source of energy for the body. However, when too many carbohydrates are consumed, the body can't use all the glucose at once, leading to high blood sugar levels. To make pizza more diabetes-friendly, one can start by using a low-carb crust. There are many options available, such as cauliflower crust, almond flour crust, and even a low-carb wrap. These crust options have fewer carbohydrates than traditional wheat crust, which can help to keep blood sugar levels in check. Another way to make pizza more diabetes-friendly is to load it up with vegetables. Vegetables are low in carbohydrates and high in fiber, which helps to slow down the absorption of glucose into the bloodstream. Some great options include bell peppers, mushrooms, spinach, and zucchini. While traditional pizza can be a bit of a challenge for people with diabetes, it is still possible to enjoy it as part of a balanced diet. By using a low-carb crust, loading up on vegetables, keeping portion sizes in mind, and being mindful of toppings, people with diabetes can still enjoy the delicious taste of pizza without having to worry about blood sugar levels. Which pizza crust is best for diabetics? There are several crust options available for people with diabetes that are lower in carbohydrates and higher in fiber than traditional wheat crust. These crust options include 1. Cauliflower crust. Cauliflower crust is made from cauliflower that is grated and then mixed with egg, cheese, and seasoning. 1. It is a low-carb and gluten-free option. 2. Almond flour crust. Almond flour crust is made from almond flour and other ingredients such as eggs, cheese, and seasonings. 2. It is a low-carb and gluten-free option. 3. Low-carb wrap. Low-carb wraps are made from a variety of alternative flours such as soy, coconut, or almond flour and are typically lower in carbs than traditional wheat flour. 4. Zucchini crust. Zucchini crust is made by grating zucchinis and mixing it with a binder such as egg and cheese and then pressing it into a pizza crust shape. 4. It is a low-carb and gluten-free option. 5. Spinach crust. Spinach crust is made by blending spinach and other ingredients like eggs, cheese, and seasonings. 5. It is a low-carb and gluten-free option. 6. Coconut flour crust. Coconut flour crust is made from coconut flour and other ingredients such as eggs, cheese, and seasonings. 6. It is a low-carb and gluten-free option. 7. Chickpea flour crust. Chickpea flour crust is made by mixing chickpea flour with other ingredients such as eggs, cheese, and seasonings. 7. It is a low-carb and gluten-free option. It is important to keep in mind that, while these crust options may be lower in carbohydrates than traditional wheat crust, they still contain carbohydrates and should be consumed in moderation as part of a balanced diet. It's also important to check the ingredients used, as some of these options may include added sugars or processed ingredients. Consultation with a registered dietitian can help you to choose the right crust option that fits your diabetes management plan. Best time of the day for a diabetic to eat pizza. The best time of the day for a person with diabetes to eat pizza depends on several factors, including their overall daily carbohydrate intake, activity level, and medication regimen. In general, it's best for people with diabetes to spread their carbohydrate intake evenly throughout the day to help keep blood sugar levels stable. If a person with diabetes is taking insulin or a medication that increases insulin sensitivity, it may be best to eat pizza at a meal that includes a dose of the medication. This way, the insulin or medication can help the body process the carbohydrates from the pizza more effectively. Eating pizza as part of a balanced meal that includes protein, healthy fats, and vegetables can also help to slow the absorption of carbohydrates and keep blood sugar levels stable. For example, a slice of pizza with a side salad and a serving of grilled chicken or fish would make a balanced meal. It's also important to consider the timing of physical activity when planning to eat pizza. If a person with diabetes is planning on engaging in physical activity later in the day, it may be best to eat pizza earlier in the day so the body has time to use the carbohydrates for energy. The best time for a person with diabetes to eat pizza will depend on their individual situation and needs. It's important to work with a healthcare provider and a registered dietitian to develop a meal plan that fits with the diabetes management plan. Types of proteins for pizza for diabetics. There are several protein toppings that are great options for people with diabetes to order on their pizza. These toppings can help to slow down the absorption of carbohydrates and keep blood sugar levels stable. Some of the best protein toppings for diabetics include 1. Grilled chicken. Grilled chicken is a lean protein that is low in fat and high in essential amino acids. 1. It's a great topping for pizza as it provides a nice balance of protein and flavor. 2. Turkey. Turkey is another lean protein that is low in fat and high in essential amino acids. 2. It's a great topping for pizza as it provides a nice balance of protein and flavor. 3. Seafood. Seafood toppings such as shrimp, scallops, or crabmeat are great options for diabetics. 3. They are low in fat and high in protein, and they add a nice flavor and texture to the pizza. 4. Tofu. Tofu is a great vegetarian option for diabetics. It's a good source of protein and it's low in fat. 5. Eggplant. Eggplant is a low-carb, low-calorie, and low-fat topping that is packed with fiber and antioxidants. Pizza for diabetics, sugar levels and alternative crust types. The sugar levels of alternative crusts will vary depending on the recipe and ingredients used. However, in general, alternative crusts made from vegetables or alternative flours such as cauliflower, zucchini, spinach, almond flour, coconut flour, and chickpea flour will typically be lower in sugar than traditional wheat crust. It's important to note that some of these alternative crusts may include added sweeteners or other ingredients that contain sugar, so it's always a good idea to check the nutrition information or ingredient list. It's also important to consider that all crusts, including alternative ones, still contain some amount of carbohydrates, which can affect blood sugar levels. Pizza for diabetics. Things to consider when ordering alternative type crust. When ordering an alternative crust pizza, people with diabetes should be mindful of several things in order to make sure that the pizza fits in with their diabetes management plan. 1. Carbohydrates. It's important to check the carbohydrate content of the crust and consider how it fits into your overall daily carbohydrate intake. 2. Ingredients. Check the ingredient list and make sure that the crust does not contain added sugars, preservatives or processed ingredients that might affect your blood sugar levels. 3. Portion size. Be mindful of the portion size and stick to 1 or 2 slices, especially if you are watching your calorie intake. 4. Toppings. Choose lean protein toppings such as grilled chicken, turkey, seafood, or tofu and avoid high-fat meats like pepperoni, bacon, and sausage. 4. Opt for low-fat cheese or moderate amounts of cheese. 5. Medication. Consider the timing of your medication and plan to eat the pizza at a meal that includes a dose of your medication, if you are taking insulin or a medication that increases insulin sensitivity. 6. Physical activity. Consider the timing of your physical activity and plan to eat the pizza earlier in the day if you are planning on engaging in physical activity later in the day. It is always a good idea to consult with a healthcare provider or registered dietitian to develop a meal plan that fits with your diabetes management plan. Here's a link to the glucose blood tracker in the App Store to help those manage. It's free. https://apps.apple.com/apps/glucose-blood-sugar-tracker/id1135157609. Type 1 and Type 2 diabetes. More to consider when ordering pizza. Both people with type 1 diabetes and type 2 diabetes can benefit from ordering alternative type crusts when ordering pizza, as these crusts tend to be lower in carbohydrates and higher in fiber than traditional wheat crust. However, there are some differences in how people with these two types of diabetes should approach ordering alternative crusts. 1. Type 1 diabetes. People with type 1 diabetes need to be mindful of their insulin dosing when ordering alternative crusts. 1. They should consider the timing of their insulin and plan to eat the pizza at a meal that includes a dose of insulin, so that the insulin can help the body process the carbohydrates from the pizza more effectively. 2. Type 2 diabetes. People with type 2 diabetes may not need to take insulin, but they may be on other medication that increases insulin sensitivity, such as metformin, and it's important for them to consider the timing of their medication when ordering the pizza. 3. Both types of diabetes. Both types of diabetes should be mindful of the carbohydrate content of the crust, and consider how it fits into their overall daily carbohydrate intake. 3. They should also pay attention to the ingredients, toppings and portion size to ensure that the pizza fits in with their diabetes management plan.